I imagine you've achieved your first goal, which was to be able to walk into a shop and see your work on the shelf.
Yeah, that's a big one.
What's the next big goal if you've got one?
That is a really good question. I mean, that was always the dream, and I saw it as kind of like there's an element of luck in anything, and I think with the Username Eevee project, I got really lucky really early, in terms of exposure, in terms of sales, in terms of book on shelf and things like this. It's a usually slightly longer of a curve, so I got lucky in that respect. And but going forward, I hadn't planned further than that, and it kind of happened really quickly. I think the key for me is to focus less on. Starting off, it was about earning money from something that you loved, and then seeing that on the shelf, and then inspiring other people to maybe produce things like that, or just inspire other people generally. And now it's more become about stories and things that I want to do.
Okay.
So whereas it's still the case that a lot of the work is kind of work for hire or work based on someone else's script, but I mean, a lot of the brand work, so say the Adobe work, for example, or the Adidas work, it's not necessarily comic, it's illustrative, but they basically come to me and they're just totally open to ideas. So they can give me a really, for the Adidas stuff, it was to do with the Adidas Predator, and it was this whole Unfair campaign. So they sent me the brief, they sent me kind of a little bit about what they were doing in the broader scheme of things. And then it was up to me to come up with the baseline concept, to kind of pitch the idea and to come up, and I like building that from scratch. So I think things that I feel passionate about producing, and it's not that I don't feel passionate about any of the other work that I've done actually, but something genuinely means something to me. And I normally make any project, I normally make it mean something to me, but when something actually means something to you, it's a different thing. So something that I love, I really love, something that's kind of mine, that's kind of probably my next step.
Do you have any of your own stories that you want to get out there?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a story in me for years, and I just always focused on the visual side of it to kind of, for every way that I could write it, I can think of 50 people that are better at writing than me. So I would probably collaborate with someone to a degree.
But you've got a concept.
Yeah. 2019 was a trying year. So I will definitely be feeding some of that into this, and it kind of builds upon it. So yeah, it will happen eventually. It really, really will. I think a lot of comic writers do this, and they'll come up with a baseline premise, a dynamic, and a framing, and really whether it's dressed up as a Western or as a vampire story or as a post-apocalyptic futuristic kind of thing, like the baseline story is still the same. So I'm really focusing on nailing the A to B to C and character. For now, it's going to be a slow process for me because I want to get it right. And I want to try and avoid the done not perfect thing. I'm gonna go for the perfection, which will never happen. But it will be the best I can make it. Probably five years or so. But yeah, I will definitely work on that. How about you?
I've got a dream game.
Dream game.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the dream game?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's too big. It's too. It's high concept, highbrow. Very arty, but I've written probably a third of a novel.
Okay.
To try and get some of the ideas out. And since I've met you and Simon, I'm thinking maybe we should try a graphic novel first.
That would be cool.
And that's why I'm thinking Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah,
yeah. Tippy Top Scotland
with the beer.
With the beers and the pizzas.
Yeah.
Because I know that Simon's got the conceptual muscle.
He does.
To extract it from me.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do like a funded trip.
So I'm curious about the dream. Is the dream the idea? Is it an experience you fed into this? Is it the end product? Is it the result? What's the dream?
So the dream is a triptych. Familiar with that word?
No.
Okay.
I should be.
So it's traditionally it's a piece of art that happens over 3 canvases.
Okay.
A trilogy is 3 films. A triptych is 3 pieces of art,
Okay.
but they're related. So I want to do a triptych, which is a video game, a movie, and then an experience. Yeah, and this is something that I came up with at university, and I've poured enormous amounts of time into it, and I've dragged friends
Yeah.
that I thought could help me into it over the years,
Yeah.
and started Future Lab to make it. It's the game that we pitched to Sony in 2007. We did our role-playing pitch, dressed up in posh suits. First time we'd ever worn suits.
Yeah.
Dressed up in suits. All of our pitch materials were branded to a fictional company in this world.
Oh, cool.
And we travelled up from Brighton to Liverpool to see them in Liverpool. But our opening gambit was, thank you for travelling all this way to see us in person. Your CV was by far the most impressive.
Yeah.
So we flipped the script on them. And they were really impressed by that, but they didn't sign it. And I've been, because it's hugely ambitious, and every game we've made has been a step towards improving our credibility, improving our experience, building our team to try and reach that level.
Interesting. So like Gary Vee wants to buy the Jets.
He does want to buy the Jets.
This is your Jets in a way. I want to make this game. And I'm going
It
to
is. Yeah.
Awesome. That's such an amazing, that's such an amazing thing to have a driver, something that you just need to achieve, and everything else. It's not to say that, obviously, it's not to say that everything else in between is collateral or is just a build up to it. It kind of is, but it's building your mileage. It's building the, surely it refines the vision as well.
Yep.
And it makes you realize what is possible, what won't work so well maybe.
Oh my God. If I look at the pitch materials that we put together in 2007, they're hilarious because we were completely naive.
Yeah.
But the core concept is still super tight, and it's one of those ideas that when you read it, it's so obvious that you think someone's gonna do this.
Yeah.
And every couple of years, something comes out, whether it's a film or a game, and I'm like, fuck, they've done it.
Oh.
And they haven't. But the trailer or the marketing materials or something alludes to something similar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it, I missed my boat. But it's not there. It's not the same.
And it's the execution as well. It is the
absolutely
execution as well. I felt that pain of having pitched a really cool space story a few years ago, and it was just the publisher was keen, everything was going well, and then Interstellar came out. What's the other one? The Matt Damon one. That one came out, and then Gravity came out, and then it was just in the water, and I was like, oh no,
Damn.
but it's ups and downs. It will come back around again. So we'll just hold on to it until then. But yeah, I can imagine something that's been baking for so long. So when are you going to make it?
Don't know. I mean, this project that we're working on with you is a big step towards it from what we've been working on before. So we need to do that first, and that will show publishers that we're capable of doing this bigger vision.
The demos look amazing. Like the
It's getting there.
It looks really cool.
It's getting there.
Yeah. Is any of that hit the public domain?
No.
So, yeah, okay.
No.
Okay.
We might. The plan is to start sharing it.
Okay.
But we've got a bit of time yet. But I would really love to get you and Simon
in a cabin. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds a bit seedy, but
I mean, is it a nice cabin? Is it like Pinewood cabin? Or
could be. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be up for that. I'd definitely be up for that. Yeah, that sounds good.